Hello everyone, welcome to Calgary Language Learning and Exchange Club video channel. In this video, I am going to talk about Language Exchange 101. So, if you are living in Calgary and you want to learn English or other languages, and also wanting to have a conversation partner to do proper language exchange, please join our group. Our Facebook page, the link is in the YouTube description below, as well as that the registration form for our group is within that Facebook page. And it's free. So if you are in Calgary and you are also learning languages in general, please join our group and we would make sure that you would have the best experience by finding you a conversation partner and making sure that your language learning is a success. So, what is language exchange? Well, language exchange in its most basic form is when two people getting together on a regular basis to learn each other's language. This means that you need to find a person that speaks the language that you want to learn and vice versa, which means that, of course, the other person wants to learn your native language as well. This concept sounds really easy, but in real life, finding a language partner is actually quite hard. So, now let's talk about why do language exchange. Now, if we look at other forms of learning language, we could see that why language exchange makes sense. So, the most popular way in learning language is by taking a language class. So what happens in a language class is that it mostly teaches you grammar and structure. And it seldomly has enough time for you to practice the language. This, of course, is the best way to learn the basics of the language, but this way of learning is very hard for you to become fluent. And on top of that, the only native speaker in these classes is the teacher itself. And because the native speaker is the teacher is very careful in his or her teachings. So a lot of times you would find that the learning process, you would miss humor, informal speech, as well as slangs of the language that you want to learn. And these aspects of the language is oftentimes the most spoken in a language during normal conversations. So now let's talk about the second type of learning language, and that's by studying abroad. It is very costly, but it is very effective. However, though, if no specific native conversation partners are assigned, you are still restricted to normal classroom setting, because that's basically what you are there for. I myself have done study abroad in another country for a language, and I am very, very fortunate to find native conversation partners while I was there. However, though, if I don't have those conversation partners, I'm still in a classroom setting with only the teacher as the only native speaker in the classroom. Also, of course, there's day-to-day interactions that you could do while you are studying abroad in another country, such as buying food, asking for directions, etc. However, though, the day-to-day interactions in those countries might be very overwhelming, as people might not expect you're still learning the language. They expect to have normal conversations with you. And as such, it is oftentimes very difficult to have these interactions when you are studying abroad. So, another type of language learning or conversation medium that I want to talk about is meetup groups. So meetup groups are very popular right now, and usually almost every single language would have a meetup group in your city. And these things are very good to be in. I myself have been in these meetup groups for a few years already. But what I found is there are a few things that meetup groups cannot offer. And one of the problems I found is that there are unexpected turnout ratios. So sometimes that you would have a huge concentration of people from one language, and another time it's a huge turnout ratio for another. So that means that there is very unbalanced ratio of people, and it's very hard to interact one on one. And and because of that, it's very hard to develop a, a deeper connection to another person for language exchange, and that's when conversation starts to get deeper, and it's better to more effective to learn language that way. And in that case, meetup groups kind of can't deliver that experience. The last type that I want to talk about are online portals, and these are either through mobile apps or through websites, and there are a lot of them and in various platforms. However, some of the problems here is that there are no face-to-face interactions, and um, seriously, staying behind the screen can only get you so far. Not to mention that a lot of these websites actually require you to pay money when you want to have more communication than they want you to have, because mostly these mobile apps are free to a certain degree. They still need money to run it. Now, our group is a local group, and uh, my aim for it is to actually make it free. So you won't pay any money at all, and my aim is to actually personally is so that I could use this group as well for finding conversation partners, as well as helping other people to find language exchange partners, because I have talked with a lot of people, and it seems that this is a something that a lot of people want, but yet other platforms can't deliver for them. So, after looking at other platforms as well as introducing my the group, the Calgary Language Learning and Exchange Group. Now I want to get into why, the ultimate question of why doing language exchange. For one, it's the best opportunity to practice your language much more than in the classroom or in other settings. And it's usually in the more personalized settings, and that language exchange partners or conversation partners can oftentimes relate with you, because they are having the same problems because they are learning the language that you speak naturally, but they have similar problems in learning it fluently, the same way as you wanting to learn their language fluently. And of course, aside because not like study abroad and classroom settings and apps are all need to have to pay money of some sort. But language exchange with another person is oftentimes free because you guys both mutually want to learn the language from each other. So it's not like you are providing a service to another person. Instead, you're actually mutually exchange learning opportunities with another person. So that's why it's free. And that is why I want to provide you with a bridge such that you could connect with the people who want to learn your language and you want to learn theirs. And for that, this bridge I want to provide you for free, and you don't need to pay a cent for it. And that is what I want. I want to provide you with the least amount of cost as possible, but provide you with the best experiences possible in language learning. And that is why you should join this group, because then we can help each other out in learning each other languages as well as exchanging cultures. Thank you.